Hi guys, it's BellaGemaNails, and today I'm going to be showing you how to convert a grocery bag into this beautiful and elaborate tote. If you want to learn how to make this, just keep on watching. Okay guys, so my inspiration for this bag is obviously I wanted to create a grocery bag that mimicked a handbag and looked like a beautiful purse. And the inspiration was the Chanel Deauville. And you can see here it's quite simple, but it is very large and beautiful, but it doesn't have all the embellishments. I wanted to do, of course, my take on the Deauville bag. And so this is the finished product. The items you're going to need for this project is your trusted E6000. You're going to need your jute bag. You're also going to need your drapery clips. And yes, I said drapery clips because we're going to be transforming this with some household goods. Now this bag has some soft handles here, so that's going to be just an added plus so you can carry over your shoulder. This bag itself was very inexpensive. I got it on Amazon for $14. Okay guys, so these actual drapery clips are no longer sold on Amazon. I'll try to find something similar for you guys. Otherwise, just Google drapery clips or maybe go to your local Home Goods to see if you can find them. I'm going to be taking them apart. These would clip on curtains just for decorative purposes, but I'm going to open the clasp here and I'm going to remove the screw. Okay guys, so the clasps were removed, the clips from each one. It was difficult to remove the screw, so make sure that you have a screwdriver that can properly remove them. Now what we're going to do is figure out placement. Now I chose this bag because it will be a casual bag. We're just going to decorate it, and because it says Paris. So I thought that was a nice touch, and I thought it'd go very well with these jute flowers with pearls. Okay guys, when you're using E6000, please make sure that you have an industrial mask, and if possible, set the glue outside your house so that you're not working with the fumes indoors, even if you are wearing a mask. Especially right now, take all precautionary measures and protect your lungs. Do this outside if you can with your industrial mask. I am also going to suggest sewing these. You can actually stitch them if you'd like. This will be an easy job to stitch. I personally am going to apply glue to the back ends of these and glue them there with something underneath so that it does not stick. Once you have determined the placement for the flowers, you're going to take a photo so that you have a creative visual map. So how have all of you been? I have wanted to record just to see how you all are doing. I am doing well. Of course, this time has been difficult for all of us. We are just doing the best we can to get over this virus scare, and so we're doing the best we can to stay positive and hopeful. I hope that you are staying rich in spirit, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Let me know down below what you're doing to take care of yourselves. You know, that's a big theme in my life. It's been difficult to deal with all of this because I'm still mourning the loss of my dad. And then this happens, and so it's been difficult, but I have been doing well because I've been forcing myself to stay positive. Whatever that means. Everyone has a different idea of what happiness is. And I've just been doing the things that make me feel fulfilled. And part of that journey is doing sound therapy. I do a lot of balancing my chakras, Reiki. I do yoga every day. At home, I take long walks with my dog, which helps a lot as well. And I just cater to spirit, you know. And I'd like to hear what you guys are doing to feel good during these difficult times. I really do hope that all of you are well. I definitely send positive, beautiful rays of light to all of you during this time and even after. We're going to try to overlap these because you don't want to see any visual gaps. And remember, you do have something underneath here so that the glue doesn't seep through the other side of the bag. Just basically overlapping the folds of the fabric so that everything is nestled nicely. This bag is going to be a little reminiscent of my clear Coco bag, which was very popular. And it was a total complete conversion of a handbag. And I'll post links down below if you haven't seen it. It's a favorite for sure. What you're going to do now is place a heavy object so that this can be pressed down and let dry for about 2 hours. Okay guys, now that you have let the flowers dry, we are going to be inserting gemstones. And this is going to be a fun job to do. And what I'm going to do is nestle these gems in between the petals as such. And I did this with the bag that I told you about previously, and it looked so beautiful because it sparkles really nicely in the sun. So I purchased these in downtown LA. I'll post links down below. 27 pieces for about 20 bucks. I think they're less than that. The only negative about having a jute bag is that if you're wearing like solid black clothing or a sweater, workout gear, it might rub off because it's kind of fuzzy and so the fabric does transfer. But if you're wearing jeans, you'd be fine. So it's just a fun bag. It's a fun way to have an inexpensive, creative handbag. Okay, now I'm going to be adding these little crystal clears and I'm going to place them sporadically throughout. Okay guys, so now that this bag is dry, I am going to be adding the next step. The next few steps I show you are not mandatory. You can skip all of these. But as per usual, I am going to go all out and I'm adding this very lightweight chain, and you can use a belt. I'm sure that you have already some kind of accessory that you can add that you don't have to go out to buy. I don't have a link for this, but I'm sure that you can use anything you have. I'm going to be weaving it throughout the flowers and the layers so that it can just add another added dimension to this bag and a little bit of gold there. I will be gluing the chain as soon as I determine the perfect placement. Okay, now that I determined placement, I am going to be setting the glue. So you're basically going to be adding glue wherever it touches a surface and not throughout the whole chain, but sporadically throughout. We are going to be moving on to the next step. For this, I'm going to be using a small orange wood stick, and I am going to be adding studs. Now I'm using the wood stick because I am going to be creating perforations throughout the bag, which is going to be fairly easy. And I did take dimensions of the bag previously, so it's 17 inches, as you know. 8.5 inches is going to be the center point. I already factored that, and what I'm going to do next is you are going to insert the back of the stud. This is what the stud looks like. You can see that it's pointed. It's a real stud. And this is the back screw. I'm manually going to insert that there, and I'm going to manually screw it on. Later on, I'll go with the screwdriver and tighten it up even more so, but it's on solid. So that's the center stud. I'm going to be placing them along the top side of the front of the bag. So I'm going to put one of these here, and I am going to use my anvil and I'm going to hammer this closed. And basically I just put this here in between the screws. Now that you've added the rivets, you're going to use your hollow end to be able to place it on permanently. Okay guys, so I'm placing my anvil right underneath the bag, and I have placed the cap on the double side rivet there. And you make sure you press it so it clasps. I'm using my hollow tool here so I can place it on top of the cap since it's rounded. Taking a hammer and we're pounding it in place. So I'm taking a little screwdriver here and I'm making sure that all of these studs are screwed into place. And this little screwdriver also comes with the pack of rivets, which is really convenient because the spikes didn't come with the rivets. They're separate, but this fits perfectly because it's what you need to make sure that they are put into place. I'll post links down below where I got the spikes as well, the studs. It's also from Amazon. I have it linked in my store already, which is down below. Okay guys, so the next step is I punctured a little hole right off the top of the bag, and I added a jump ring, which is somewhat substantial in size. It's probably a little less than ½ inch. And I split it open. I added a hook there, and I'm going to close it back up. We don't want something too heavy there because you don't want it to pull on the purse too much since we are adding a chain already. So that's just going to be in the center there. All right, guys. Now we're going to be adding the chain, and we're going to hook it to this hook that we just put. Now you could just hook it to the jump ring, but I just wanted it to hang a little lower since the bag is big. And this would be a great way to have that happen. So the chain is going to hang on the inside part of the bag, and when you carry it, it'll stretch out and this will fold out, which is what I want. So the bag can look even that much more spacious, and the bag is just going to drape down and hang low on the bag. And the final step for this bag is to add a Rhinestone and Pearl-Encrusted 5, because you know this beauty, of course, it's Paris theme and it makes you think Chanel inspired. Even if it is a grocery bag, I definitely wanted to create something that was stunning, and I think this is a perfect charm to complete this look. So I'm going to be adding this just by pinning it to the bottom part of the bag. So there she is. You can see how beautiful it looks. I do have a second pin. I'll post links down below where you can find it. You can add it as well, or you could just leave this single pin here, which I think looks beautiful. The last thing I'll suggest, guys, is to paint all the pearls and even this embellishment with a clear coat of nail polish. You could even coat it with gel and cure it so that it stays intact and does not scratch and does not tarnish. So yes, guys, this is the final look of the grocery turned into a beautiful handbag. I was deeply inspired to create all of this for all of you to see and to kind of show you guys that you can create something beautiful out of pretty much anything, even a jute grocery bag. So if you like videos like this, guys, I encourage you to subscribe, post your comment down below, and please thumbs up this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.